Radio? Who needs a radio? Mock, yeah. Ing, yeah. Bird, yeah.
Master Robin! Oh, you lost your arms in battle, but you grew some nice boobs.
Yo, Rumsfeld!
I'm a mark. Half man, half dog. I'm my own best friend.
Here goes. I sped. I followed too closely. I ran a stop sign. I almost hit a Chevy. I sped some more. I failed to yield at a crosswalk. I changed lanes in the intersection. I changed lanes without signaling while running a red light and speeding.
If you can see, the numbers all go to 11.
Does that mean it's louder?
Well, it's one louder.
I'll do one. I'll do one.
Sometimes I wish I could.
Live interviews,
live games, live music
with the local musicians you wrote.
This is DTPtv,
and you're tuning in now.
Hey, what's going on there, Deviates? This is Carson. I'm here with Jake. We're from Deviate the Plan. This is episode what? What is it? What are we on now?
7.
We're on 7. Episode 7 of DTPtv. So for those keeping score at home, episode number 7.
Larry Smith is here.
Larry Smith is always here. Hey Larry, what's up, man? So for those who don't know, DTPtv is it's like a live interview show that we do. We like to bring in the best of local talent that we have here in the Tampa Bay area. Just kind of highlight them, highlight what they got going on, and really just get to know these people. Because there's a lot of awesome people doing awesome things around here, and we thought, what better way than to bring these people into the studio and get to know them a little more, right?
Sounds good to me. Sounds good.
So today we're here with Comin Home, the band, and they're based out of.
Yeah, they are. What's up?
They're based out of where'd you say we're all based out of the Tampa area. But where are you guys hailing from?
We're based out of Winter Haven.
Okay.
But we mostly musically based out of Tampa.
Gotcha.
Musically based out of Tampa.
We should live here, but we're retarded.
It's a good statement.
We're working on it.
So it's a little bit of a haul. A
Yeah.
little bit of a haul over from Winter Haven.
Yeah.
Honestly, we do it so much, it's like not even a thing anymore. So just
Gotcha.
everything's an hour.
Yeah, we just had to get to Orlando Saturday. It's a hike, but
that is a hike.
It's not too big a deal, I guess.
Well, I work in Orlando too, so it's like
yeah.
It's not getting to Orlando that sucks. It's driving in Orlando that sucks.
True that.
No, driving to Orlando sucks too.
Does it?
It's a long
And driving
haul.
home from Orlando.
Anything on I-4 is
Yeah.
a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Orlando traffic's bad, Tampa traffic's bad. I mean, it's like you're damned really whatever way you go. There's
But when we were smart and we moved directly in between both,
There you go.
where there's most things you have to go one way or the other. You
That's-
can't just exist in your own space in the middle.
Well, it's like the Lakeland area is kind of
Yeah.
there, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
yeah. So you guys tour quite a bit, and you guys get around not just Florida but out of state and stuff, right? So I mean, traffic's got to be the same. Like, there's got to be bad traffic everywhere.
Dude, the worst
right?
we've ever experienced was Atlanta.
Atlanta, I hate
Like
I
8
hate going through
lanes
Atlanta.
merging into 8 lanes, and
Yeah.
GPS tells you have to get 16 lanes over to make the next exit.
I feel like anybody who's ever been in a band that's toured has gone. Well, anybody who's been in a band out of Florida that's toured has gone through Atlanta at least one time, and it's like, it always seems like it's in the dark, like the abyss that you're driving through Atlanta. And there's like nothing. There's like trees on this side, trees on that side. Literally like a straight line. You're tired as shit. Like you're dozing off down the road. I hate driving through Atlanta.
See, we were lucky enough to do it at like just before rush hour.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, we're gonna make it 3:30,
They're
no
not.
problem. Like, oh
They're
my
not.
god.
Yeah, like, no, this is great. And then it just starts getting more and more congested to where we're a dead stop. I'm like, oh,
We're
man.
in a 36-foot motorhome too, so like,
Yeah.
it was.
That helps. Weaving in and out of traffic.
We made
You
friends
just
with
put
a
it in
couple of
park and
bikers,
just
man.
chill.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's the
it's,
best when you can make friends with bikers because they'll block for you to get over and you
There
can
you
do
go.
the same.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's like just an understood thing that randomly happens.
It's like having a big guy at a concert and follow behind
Exactly.
him.
Yeah.
In the crowd,
Totally.
yeah.
Yeah. Follow me to the
Yeah.
front of the stage.
Exactly. Just make like a conga line through the back. So why don't we introduce ourselves here? So we've got.
I'm Amberly,
Mm-hmm.
and then this is Tony.
Tony.
Madden.
And so what do y'all do in the band?
I play guitar, sing once in a while, and
You do backups.
do backup vocals and yeah.
I sing, and when we have a
Sing.
full band, I play bass.
Play bass? Cool.
Yeah.
That's somebody's favorite instrument.
Not anymore.
What?
Oh no, I'm into vocals now. Have you met Amberly?
Leo Chuck Wise says, "Hi guys."
Hey Chuck, what's up, buddy?
He says, "Hi guys." I say, "Hi Wise." So it says
Nice.
Leo Chuck Wise. Hey, he's a Wise.
Him and his
It's a
old
good thing you
lady
can
are
play
in-
bass.
So there were 2 potato chips standing on top of a building. One of them jumped off, but the other one didn't. Why did the other one not jump off?
Let's hear it.
It's because he was a wise potato chip. All right.
Yeah.
So we're called Coming Home the band.
Yeah.
Not Coming Home. Coming Home the
Is
band.
the car
Actually,
running?
We started out as Coming Home,
And
we changed it to Coming Home the band because if you type in Coming Home the way we spell it with no G and an apostrophe, all it brings up is 1,300 song titles named Coming Home. If you type in Coming Home the band on Google,
It's you guys.
we're the first one. So
Very good. Very good.
Cool.
For this marketing strategy.
And so
That's important.
You gotta think about that.
That's true. Man.
So right now it's just the 2 of you guys, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And you guys are married.
Yep.
And you've got a daughter who's
Yep.
here with us as well. I don't know for those who can see.
She's 37.
She's 37.
Yeah.
She wears it well. Cool. So what's the dynamic like being married and in a band, or I guess really being a family in a band, really, because it's you got everybody on board and you guys travel together. You have an RV, so what's the dynamic look like on that? It's got to be. I mean, it's got to be similar to like a normal band where it's 3 or 4 guys who know one another but maybe aren't married.
Yeah.
But the marriage part adds kind of a level 2 to the whole
Absolutely.
togetherness part, right?
It's the best worst thing ever.
It is.
Like that's the best way I could to describe it. It's amazing sometimes, and other times it really sucks.
Like, have you
Well,
guys?
like you gotta help each other express each other's feelings, and sometimes he's the reason I'm feeling the way I am in this song, and sometimes I'm the reason why he's feeling the way. So that's a weird dynamic, but I think it is working together musically was one of the best things we did for our marriage and everything, because before that we were kind of doing that distant thing where you get too comfortable and you forget how much you love the other person, and how important the connection is. And so we started writing music together, and it just pulled us in, and I don't think we've ever been closer. And it just, and then Rogan comes, along with us, and it just adds this,
Tension.
group, like it's a group mission, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Well, and I like that she loves live music. She loves traveling.
Yeah.
Like I don't think we ever actually would have really gone as hard as we have if she wasn't digging it too. But she lives for it. Her favorite band is Crew Curses, and she loves
That's a good
going
choice.
to any show she can.
Everybody's favorite band is Crew Curses.
Not ours.
Ours is favorite DTPtv. Look.
No, I like Cruel Curses a lot. I think those guys are.
No, those guys are cool.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I like.
Ann Viera and Nikki Sanford say hi, Rogan. I don't want to leave you out, sweetie.
Oh, Ann. Hi, Ann.
Ann's from Massachusetts. Hey, Ann, we love you.
So local bands so we've got Cruel Curses, we got Murder the Crow. We're all pretty tight with them.
Oh yeah.
And it's funny that you said the Rogan's favorite band is Cruel Curses. Obviously they're doing great things around here. They have a lot of respect, amongst all of our players here in the scene. What other bands are making moves around here that are influencing you guys, or that you guys see are just like, whoa, these guys are really, really rock?
Well, obviously, like Murder the Crow is one that I really like, because I listen to vocals more than anything. Like that's my, I don't know.
And you still like Murder the Crow?
Yeah, no, right? What the heck?
Moby the what?
Listening to him.
I'll call you out on that one.
No,
Moby the bro.
We're dogging it.
of tone and a diverse
We love Tyler.
vocabulary of it.
Hey Johnny, what's up, man?
And I really dig that. Like for me, I've got like a small vocabulary of the tones I can make when I sing, and for me to utilize them, I have to be solid. With Tyler, he's solid in those tones. He just diversifies, and I really enjoy that. And he's got that big like, and I'm like, whoa, yes.
It's so funny though, because I think if you were to ask him about it, he'd be like, "No, I'm not that good."
He says it all the time.
Yeah,
Because we're all like, I feel like we're all like,
like
every musician is gonna be like, "No, we're not good," or like you get up on the stage, you play a set, and like you finish the set, and you're like, and And then like, everybody else is coming up, be like, that was awesome, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I really think
Like,
that,
why are you lying to me? Thank you.
I think that's important because really that's what drives you to be really good. I think.
You think so?
If you ever, I
It's
can
a
think
fine line.
out of I don't know 100 shows I could go back and look. I could say like maybe 2. I'm like, oh, I killed it. And then other times, like you're saying, you get off and you're like, I don't know. And somebody comes up and oh, that was amazing. And you're like, no, it's not.
I think it's really just like it's always a fine line between the two. Like it's like you got to find kind of like a middle area to where it's like, all right, like I still want to criticize myself so that I continue to grow and get better. But maybe I should stop and like step back and look at what I'm doing objectively and say, hey, you know, maybe that's not bad to other people. Because I do think that sometimes like you can get into a mode where like you're your own worst critic so much.
And that's the problem.
Well, it can really dodge your confidence a little bit, and you know, because you start to like not believe that you're good at it enough. And
or you spend so much time overanalyzing it that you can't relax and just be good at what you're good at.
Right.
I mean, you know,
It is
you
a
are
fine
good at
line.
it.
It is a fine line.
You know, all these people aren't telling you you're good if you're not. You know what I mean? They're not. Otherwise, you'd just be having armchair quarterbacks all the time, the criticism all the time. You guys don't get that. You know what I mean? When you get those compliments, it takes a while to accept them. But I think you need to accept them to grow.
Yeah.
If you don't accept you're good, you can't get better.
Well, I think another thing too, and I see it in a lot of musicians, is I don't know, you've seen in the scene how like there's a lot of people out there who have like this big inflated ego and they're like, yeah, I'm the best, and a lot of guys, they try not to be that.
Well,
and I think the only way they find to be that is maybe kind of like, I suck a little or something. You know
The
what
problem
I mean?
is the
To
ones
try
that
to
think-
balance that out, keep it in check, you know.
You guys know better than me, but have you found that the ones that are more arrogant are usually the ones that are less talented?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like the ones that are more arrogant are the ones that really like have a hard time struggling to realize that like
it's not about
like
them.
they're not really cared for.
That's the thing.
They're not really cared for. Like if you walk around like, you know, carrying a big stick all the time and you're Mr. Egomaniac, like there is a scene around here that notices that, and like it's
The awesome part is that scene's starting to grow.
Yeah.
Guys like you are helping that.
I think that that's true.
You know what I mean? Guys like doing what you're doing, that's huge.
Terrence Froberg says he's the best. I haven't heard of you, so I don't know, man. Anybody know Terrence?
Terry, yeah, we do.
Take your word for it.
Yeah.
I'm just teasing. We rip on everybody here.
Yes, I bring people to the party, motherfucker. Hi, Terrence, you are the best.
Oh, he's Stan's friend? Ugh.
Which makes him the best automatic? What?
How good is he at slinging beer? Because we need to replace him.
I give him his too.
What is he in? Is Terrence in a band?
Fuck
Terry?
no.
Terry? Oh, my God, no.
he's
That-
losing.
so like, that opportunity burned out like 20 years ago for him?
Yeah, probably.
All right, okay.
He's still got the long hair.
Oh God, where were we? So the vote. So like you said, Murder the Crow. We got Cruel Curses already tallied for. We had Stone Grey on last night, or not last night. I'm sorry, last time. And if anybody has not ever checked out Stone Grey before, by golly gee willikers, do it.
Do that.
They freaking rock.
Yeah, those guys are.
They're so solid. So like when it comes to local shows, what would you say is probably the best venue or the most favorite? What's your favorite venue that you guys have stepped on stage?
So my favorite.
Like a favorite and worst. Maybe if you don't want to call out by worst venues, maybe we can just go with.
Or just describe it.
Maybe the worst stage experience that you've ever had, or maybe the most embarrassing one.
I will know exactly where it was.
We'll know, yeah, because we were there. We were there, and we were watching. Because why? Because that whole conversation that we had just now about self-criticism, and you were right. We were watching.
You
We
do
know.
suck. No, go ahead.
Honestly, and I know a lot of people don't agree. One of my favorite venues ever is the Brass Mug.
Okay.
Because Heather and Rick, that was our second place we ever got to play as a band.
We sucked.
We sucked awfully. I mean,
Yeah,
it
we
was
weren't
the
good at all.
worst, embarrassing, and for whatever reason, they kept bringing us back. Knowing we're not bringing people, and they're so supportive and loving, and they just keep bringing us back, and I don't understand it, honestly. Like, I know people have complaints about it, but I fucking love it. It feels like home to me, you know?
Cool.
And
That's
like,
cool.
they get mad if we don't bring Rogan. Like, where's your manager? And, you know? And now they're like letting her learn how to play pool and stuff there, so it becomes like this. It feels like home, and like a family.
Very cool. What about you, Tony?
Brass Mug is cool. I mean, I remember the first time we played there, like just having a backstage area was like, wow,
right?
there's a place to go off the back of the stage. You don't have to go past 10, 15
There's
people
literally a staging
out
area,
the front
right.
door. Yeah, there's a real back door, and you can actually have your stuff back there. And
I do like that.
It is nice.
Well,
The
it's a
location,
huge
the
stage,
location
too,
gets
you know?
tough. You know, it's a big
Location's
place.
different for
Location's
for
tough
Brass
for
Mug.
us because we're trying to get people from here to go over the bridge, and of course,
It's
no
tricky,
one can
but-
cross the bridge for some reason.
Well,
I
there's
think
certain people that, like certain types of people that they just don't want to go to the mug. They're not
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
go to the mug. And, like, that's fine. We'll play other places so we can meet those people. But, like...
I mean, I don't think it's a secret that the mug is a great spot. Heather is awesome.
Yeah.
We all know what the problem is. You know what I mean? It's the sound. And it's not a secret. Like, I'm not throwing, you know what I mean? We've talked to her about it. She understands it, but I think there's a lot of money involved in fixing that problem. You know what I mean? That's not something that a place that is supporting local bands is making that kind of money to be able to fix that problem.
Well, like, I have, like, a really squishy heart, and I like to dream big and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like one
Don't
of
we all?
those things where, like, they're in
It's like a stress ball.
No, I mean, like, not squishy heart. I don't know. I dream big. We all dream big. We did the music thing. Sorry.
Yeah.
We don't care about anybody. We just want to be huge.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't care. No, I'm so sorry. Go ahead. Don't mind me. I'm just the host.
Just because what the Brass Mug is and what they've done, even their business model, if you really talk to them about what they're doing everything they can. They're taking a hit financially regularly to give a place to local bands, and I really wish there was a way that bands could reciprocate, or we could work together to do something, you know, special. Or like bands that came through there and that was their stepping stone to go do something big, like come back and throw down for the next guys, the little guys that are coming up behind you, for Heather and them, because what they put into it matters, you know what I mean?
That's funny.
That's where I'm at with it.
She will tell you. I actually have been trying to think of a way to maybe do a couple different, maybe benefit type of things with the bands, because the bands love the place.
Yeah.
And raise money for her to be able to make it somewhere people want to go. You know what I mean? Change that for her. She deserves it.
Yeah.
And I think the bands would do it. I think, fuck, you're playing there for free almost already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So why not do it for a reason?
Well,
and if
she never tries the whole ticket scam. She never tries any of this.
And that's
she gives you the door. She gives you the whole door. You know how many people you got to fight for that stupid shit?
All they want is the bar money, which
we've had our ups,
is great. You know?
We've had our ups and downs at the Mug. I think like maybe most people have, and I don't have anything bad to say about the Mug. I feel like they've always treated us well every time we've played there, and that's really that is the most that covers a majority of what you could ask for from a venue.
Yeah,
I think for just to be treated well, right? And
you guys know better than anyone. That's rare.
Yeah, very well. It damn well it is rare. Yeah.
As far as like, I think the venue that has the best. Now we're talking about sound. Crowbar.
Oh my God,
Crowbar is
insane.
Nice. Crowbar is good.
Also, though, like Niagara Tap down the road.
I've heard good things about.
I haven't been there yet.
I haven't been there.
Great sound there.
We might.
As well, man.
I think that show might be under wraps though, so we
we're
won't
supposed to announce.
spoil the surprise for that. But I think we might be doing something at the Tap.
Niagara Tap here.
Coming up. And the surprise. The best part is that the surprise doesn't even involve us. It's not about us. It's something else that we're doing with someone some way. So.
I love you.
What did I do?
That's the question.
Nothing.
Give me another beer.
Nothing.
I will. Give me another beer.
I got it.
They have this cascades down.
Stan
finally. We finally gave Stan a chair after like.
He's got to spot on the couch now.
Oh yeah, when you just show up.
Now Stan thinks that he can tell people what to do. I'm like, Stan, get me a beer, and he's like, all right, well let me delegate that to someone else.
I didn't want to trip over wires, and I just made that shit up. I just wanted someone else to get it.
I thought that'd be much easier than what that just
See
was.
what I'm saying? And he's right next to the fucking fridge.
Wires hanging off me.
So yeah, I think that the room has a lot of good things to say about the Brass Mug. What's the most embarrassing stage moment that you've ever suffered?
Oh, okay.
I'll share mine if you want. Oh my God, what is going on here?
We played this hookah lounge in Orlando. It was called Natura, and it was really early.
It was called what?
Natura.
Natura.
It's a hookah lounge coffee shop in Orlando, and that was at the point where any gig we could possibly even try to maybe get, and they're like, "Yeah, come play." We're like, "All right."
And where was that at?
I'm Orlando by the college campus out there. I don't remember which one, but
yeah. So I was maybe like 3 months into playing the bass at all, and we went to play a song. We had 3 hours to fill of original music on top of that. So we went in to play a song that I wasn't as confident in. It was kind of whatever, and so I was frazzled. And then I went to tune my bass. And I don't remember what happened, but it wouldn't work, and I tuned
no, it was in drop D, and
yeah.
she forgot to tune it back up to standard.
And I'm like, what's going on? I'm trying
like
to tune
that,
it, and he just keeps looping the song I'm supposed to be singing, and I'm like, I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm not an instrument person, and the drummer's playing, and I'm almost crying, and then finally I'm like, you need to stop and tune my bass, because even if I can focus now, I'm not doing it. And I almost cried. I wanted to leave, but we finished it. And
I can relate to that actually. So it's like within the last, what was it? When did we do that show?
It was that Brass Mug.
No, like within the last 6 months, I had a moment very similar. Like you look at us, like you look at DV the Plan, you think, hey, like maybe they know what they're doing. Like maybe from the outside it looks like they're okay.
Look like rock stars, you know.
But no, like I got on stage. I got on stage and like I had tuned my bass ahead of time. I was even like, I got this. We're gonna have a fucking great show. Like I got friends from other bands coming in to watch us play. And so like, we play a song that is in drop. It's in what was it? I think it was we started with Fight, and the song is in drop D, and the song opens up with Chris like introing the song, and bass does like a run in afterwards, like after everything does a big come in, and I was in standard tuning, and I'm playing the song, and I'm like, because when you're not in tune correctly, especially if you're a step up above everybody else, it takes a second to process in your mind, because what's going on down here, it's not working up here, and you're like, wait, something is different. And then it takes that extra gap of time to like figure out, okay, well, where is the difference? Who's wrong? And by the time I looked at it, by the time I figured it out, like I'm looking into the crowd, and like, do you guys know Agia?
I've heard of him.
Oh yeah.
So Spence from Agia is like literally like right up on the rail, and this is at the Mug.
He's a real good bass player.
He's like Spence, by the way, is 10 times better than I am. Really, no, he's a better bass player than me.
Jake's on fire.
And so he's like looking up, like he's like hanging out on the rail, and like I can just see his face, like it's like. And I'm like, oh god, this is the worst thing ever. And so like I finally get the tuning thing figured out, right? And then I'm playing another song where there's a part where I turn the distortion on that bass pedal over there. So I kick the distortion pedal. All sound goes away. Like nothing's coming out of my bass. All right. Well, I turned the DI off. So I'm not kicking any bass anywhere. So it was not a good night for me. So I can level with you on that. It sucks. It sucks for sure. So
anyway, back to them, Carson.
Back to them. Sorry, it's not about me. It's really I meant my squishy heart to your squishy heart. I just wanted to relate. Squishy heart, I think, means that you have feelings for empathy, right? Okay, good.
They all feel bad for you guys.
Sensitive. All right. Anyway, so you guys are Sans drummer, no drummer, not Stan's drummer, Sans drummer. That means without. So
I'm going to play the box.
Are you guys
like
currently?
How you translate for him.
Are you guys looking for a drummer? Or are you just kind of rolling forward, like kind of rolling with the punches? What's going on with that?
Right now, actually, the mantra is, we do not need a drummer, but we're open to the right one.
Okay.
Because we get a little too like, we need a drummer, and then we have really high standards and expectations that are big and a lot for most people, and we understand that, and we accept people telling us that's okay when their actions or the body language is telling us the opposite, and then it turns out we should have been listening to those things. So I'm not in a hurry. I'm not actively looking. It's just going to have to be when the right person's there, somebody who wants to do this thing with us, then fine.
Do you think being a couple changes the dynamic of adding the third party?
Check this out. If you go up online, and I tell this to any drummer we audition, if you go up online right now, and there's like a top 50 list of bands you don't want to join, the number one at the top of the list is a 3-piece with a married couple.
Right.
And I will tell you why.
Yeah.
We're a united front. 95% of the stuff that we do, we're on the same page with, so it's always going to kind of like seem like 2 against 1. guys are gonna have to be around if we're bickering, and nobody likes that shit.
Third wheel's not fun. But
Exactly. But I mean, it kind of like where we're at now. Like it is what it is. Like we go really hard. This is our whole life. You know, it's not a hobby. We've organized our life to make it as such that we have enough time to do this. You know.
And to be clear, like you all like you jump in an RV and you just go.
Yeah.
You played shows. What's the farthest out have you been?
Kentucky. We did a 14-day tour. We actually she had planned the tour. She does all our booking and everything. And we had a drummer at the time. Shit didn't work out, and we actually reorganized. We didn't have to reorganize much.
No, I contacted every venue and was like, we lost our drummer. We can't do it as a band, but we're willing to meet our obligations as an acoustic duo. And they were like, hell yeah. Cool. And then I was able to fill in like 3 or 4 extra dates that wanted us acoustic.
Is it easier? Does it seem like easier almost to book acoustic? It seems
You're
like
more
it might be
versatile,
easier, right?
Yeah, you can go anywhere. You can
Yeah.
go coffee shops, you can go restaurants, you can go venues, you can do, and
make more money.
they pay you
You
more.
do.
And
Probably,
the luxury about us being a duo, we have a large library of songs that we've written. Between the two of us, we can fill probably 3 to 4 hours with original music. But with the drummer, we're always limited to how far we've caught them up.
Yeah.
So then if we're doing it as a full band, we can, I think the most we've gotten up to is an hour.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
We've actually filled cover band slots.
Yeah.
Just because they'll just say, hey, you need to fill 3 hours. We're like, okay.
Yeah, but so like, as it is, with just the two of us, we can write a song last week, practice it, and I can bring it out live if I want to. With our experience with drummers, that's not going to happen.
It's gonna take. You got that extra person. That's an extra person has to learn the song.
And that's important to me. Like, I want to share the song when it's real. I think that elevates it.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So it honestly like you can acoustic duo is very different than a full band, and like a full band has that certain feeling that people love, and like that's where I am the most comfortable when I gotta get distorted guitar and I can solo and stuff like that. But with the acoustic duo, and even lately, it seemed like it's more digestible and absorbable for people, which that's honestly the last thing on my mind. It's something you always have to look at. How are we being received? And at the end of the day, I really don't give a shit because it has to be right with me first, and then go. I'm not gonna base anything I do off of like what everybody thinks. I can't do it like that because it's really.
You think it helps that you have that voice next to you?
No, it helps. Believe me. But like like she's saying, man. Like one thing that is cool is no matter what, we don't have to stop, and that's one thing that I can see that a lot of bands go through. As soon as they're down a member, they have to stop and regroup. Sometimes that takes months, years. And I'm grateful that we're in a position where we don't have to stop. There can always be progress. We're always open to the right person, and we're not unreasonable about knowing what this is. You're joining a band with a married couple. We go as hard as we possibly can. I mean, it's gonna have to kill us. And if somebody wants to jump in and go for it, then like hell yeah. But
good luck.
It just it's kind of it is what it is. We're like we are, and we're probably not gonna change it. If you're compatible, cool. If
also,
not, cool.
What makes it more challenging when looking for a drummer is that me and Tony have decided that our life goal, like the end mission with the band, as far as if we could get it where we want to, is to be on the road touring perpetually. Like, maybe take a month or 2 in the winter to write the next whatever. But
we love the road.
Yeah, and I think that adds like a whole nother layer of trouble when you're looking for, especially at this level, like to find somebody who'd be willing to go like, yeah, I'd uproot my entire life, roll out with you across wherever the hell you think you're going, you know,
no money and
indefinitely.
Taco Bell every night.
It's hard to find that.
Yeah.
It's hard to find that.
Yeah.
But so as it is like this, like literally we can get cover band slots and be able to pay our bills and keep rolling a lot easier.
Yeah. So now you said the cover band slot again, in which 3 hours or whatever. So do you have covers that you guys do when you have a 3 hour slot, or it's all original from front to end?
Well, and honestly, I hate trying to sound like we toot our own horn, but a lot of our songs people think are covers. They just haven't heard them. Maybe.
We were listening to one before you guys showed up. We were checking out the live.
Yeah, I thought it was a
WM,
Foo Fighter song. Or something at first. I've heard this
there was
before,
one that sounded like, what was the song called? Cows, something from Cows, something for Foo Fighters.
For
like
all the
after
Cows
like
or
their
something.
first album, it's like a more like because you know how the Foo
it's a
Fighters the Foo Fighters
song.
can either be like 100 miles per hour on one end, but then they
Yeah.
can be really
Or
like
nearly
laid back,
acoustic.
pulled
Yeah,
back a little bit.
I know
And there was
very
one we
little
heard
about them.
Yeah.
from you guys that like he's like, oh, I heard this before.
Just
This is a
reminded me
cover."
of it after
That's
I listened
cool.
to him side by side. I was like, it's nothing like it.
So
But
yeah, definitely
it reminds you of it.
definitely relatable there. So not much into Foo Fighters. I don't blame you. No, I don't blame that on you on that because I love them and I think Dave Grohl is such an awesome personality like to
Oh, I
watch
agree.
and
Oh,
like
yeah.
observe.
Oh, yeah.
But they've kind of just run their course for me personally. But on the subject of other artists like that have that are maybe more in the mainstream, like what are we talking about, like influences that have come down for you guys? Like what influences you as an artist, or maybe like what influences what might we hear in the music that you guys have on record or have played?
I would say, like, I listen to a lot of anything, really, or I have throughout the years, really. And I would say, like, Tracy Chapman has probably infected my brain when it comes to lyricism.
Cool. Yeah.
And my idol when it comes to vocals is Susan Tedeschi. Like, she's like Bonnie Raitt on steroids. Like, after you listen to Susan Tedeschi for a while and you put on Bonnie Raitt, you're kind of like, wow, I didn't realize Bonnie Raitt had a weak voice. Which is insanity.
Legit.
Because Bonnie Raitt's Bonnie Raitt. She's also one of them. That really,
Alright.
for me.
Cool.
And, like, also things like Rival Sons, like his vocals and stuff always.
Aren't they kind of newer on
They've
are
been
they-
around for
Like,
the
I feel
level
like-
they're at. They haven't been around.
I feel like
that
they've
long.
probably been around for a while, but they're
4 or
just
5
now like
years,
cropping
yeah.
up to more
Those dudes
more
are legit.
recognition.
Well, they're
Kinda like,
gigantic overseas, and over here people are kind of like, man.
somebody was telling me about them the other day.
Oh, they're great. I mean, dude.
I was checking them out. They're good, and I feel like it's like they're like.
I think that was your uncle that was bringing that up.
Rival Sons is like they're like more one of those. They're one of those bands that are like bringing back the classic rock kind of influence,
Yeah.
kind of like everyone's talking about them, Greta Van Fleet, and
See, anytime somebody brings up Greta Van Fleet, I'm like, the Rival Sons. Like, that's
yeah,
me.
I'd be like
because like Rival Sons, to me, their singer,
Yeah.
and Rival Sons, he's the best in the game, in my opinion. Like, this dude's pipes
Well,
are ridiculous, and but they have something different. They didn't just be Led Zeppelin. They really put their own twist on it.
I think that's kind of where like you're saying what.
I'm not ripping on Greta Van Fleet. They're blowing up and it's cool and that's awesome. It's just Rival Sons.
I'll say the same thing.
Backpedal now.
I'll say the
I'm
same
sure they're
thing.
watching.
That
They're
like,
very
yeah, I know they're
She just said, "What the fuck?"
they're probably watching right now. By the way, Steven Gerrard says Foo Fighters are great and Dave is a legend. And I'm not disputing the fact that Dave is a legend.
Hey, Steven.
Hey, Steven. What's up, buddy?
I think we've all listened to our fair share of Foo Fighters before.
Most
For
of
better
us.
or worse, love it or hate it, it is what it is. But yeah,
I've
I
actually
do think Dave
listened
is
to
a
more
legend.
interviews that Dave Grohl's done
Those are
than
good, too.
actually.
The
his
documentary is
music.
great.
That was a
I don't
good
know if
thing.
y'all do the Netflix thing, but the documentary was good.
I didn't even know there was.
So influences. What about you guys?
Well,
Or what about you, Tony? I'm sorry.
honestly, the first reason I ever picked up a guitar was Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Okay.
Watched him on Austin City Limits when I was like 8 years old, and it was just, I mean, it was an hour and a half of me just glued to the screen. I grew up in a very, I'd say, conservative Christian household, so rock and roll wasn't really loud.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad had kind of slipped me some good shit, some
Good.
Hendrix here and there. And
Good
then
parenting.
later in my years, so like I grew up on a lot of like the classic rock, Eagles, stuff like that. A lot of
Okay.
country, which I despise them still to this day for. But later on in life, like I got into metal, and that's where I found my home.
You're talking to me a little bit here.
I like, dude, and it started with like kind of the newer shit, Lamb of God, Shadows Fall, and then because I remember once I was on the way home and I wanted something heavier, and the heaviest thing I knew was Static X. As sad as that sounds, but I had no idea. Then somebody started showing me some stuff, and then it went to Revocation, Behemoth.
Okay, maybe a little beyond my area of the
Right.
spectrum.
Well,
Which it's all great. I
yeah,
love all different things. I'm more like, I don't know. I'm old school when it comes to metal. Like if somebody says metal, I think I'm still in like the frame of mind where like somebody says metal, I think like Megadeth, Metallica,
Right.
Black
Ride
Sabbath,
Lightning,
maybe.
right.
Well, all of that too. Sabbath. I mean, Jesus, absolutely there. But I think like I had this blues
Jesus
background, and then it was just it's still mostly just listen to metal. So yeah,
all right,
that's where I'm at.
Cool. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna check out a song. We're gonna cut to a break here because we've been talking for a while and I don't think they want to hear us anymore.
Yeah.
No. So we're gonna cut to a break. We're gonna hear.
They want to hear music.
Yeah. No. So we're gonna cut to a song. This is off the. So you guys did a live with WMNF 88.5.
Yeah.
Right. Who are they?
What?
Where were they out of? Are they?
It's Tampa.
What's their deal?
It's the Tampa Public Radio.
What's their deal? What do they do?
Who are these guys trying to take
Who
our
are
thing?
you? Who are you?
Who's your
daddy? Who's your daddy and what does he do?
Where are they at? We're going.
Somebody dropped a lav mic.
That was me.
Oh
My
my
bad.
gosh, party fail.
What's going on? It's all right. Just play the
So we're
song.
gonna check out a song here. This is called Borderlands, and we'll be right back.
Oh, heavy star, so it is said. Two crawling there in that safe little bed.
right, DTP TV is back live here. We are in the studio with Coming Home the Band, and that was Borderlands from Coming Home the Band. That was live with WMNF 88.5 out of Tampa here, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So that's what you guys have available on Spotify right now too.
Yes.
If one were to look you up. So is that the only music that you guys have out right now? Like where else? Like what else do you guys have going on? Maybe maybe coming out, or maybe that you've released before. And where can people find you?
We have an album in the works, and we've had some bumps with the drummer issues, so
always fun.
We don't have a definite release date yet, and we're thinking about exploring a couple other options.
Yeah,
cool.
We'll have more info pretty soon here. We're trying to regroup and figure it out. But
cool.
Other than Spotify, you can get that live album on our website, always free if you want it. If you want to buy it on iTunes, you can. CD Baby, Bandcamp, Amazon, Google, wherever you can.
All right. Yeah, support these guys. If you can buy it, what do you get? What does it cost? Is it?
It doesn't matter what it costs.
Here we go.
Pay what you want.
Whatever the site that you go to says. But like I said, our music will always be free from our website to download if you want it, and but any way you want to do it. Also, if you want to support us, another awesome way to do that is Patreon.
That's cool.
Yeah, don't say always.
Is there a way if people want
never
to
never say never,
buy
never
the music?
say
Is there a way
Well,
for
this
them
is
to
what
do
I'm
that?
saying. Okay, music will always be free on our website. We do ask that you support us. We put our whole life into this. The best way to do that is to go buy it from somebody. The absolute best way to do it is go to Patreon.
Do not be ashamed of taking people that or taking money from people that like your art.
Oh no, not at all. I don't.
Never.
What happened to the music industry with streaming? Everything's changed, and I think right now we're kind of at that point where we are the band scrambling to find out what that means and how we can navigate that.
Yeah.
People expect music for free. They're going to from here on out.
Yep.
Album sales will never be a thing again. Like that's just the way it is.
Yep.
No matter how hard they try. So what I think for us we're trying to do is I think it's important to create a genuine connection with the people that love your music and support you, and educate them to the fact that this is what we're trying to do, and we depend on your ability to add to our life this way, as little as $1 a month, you know.
So shout out to all our patrons. Thank you guys so much for supporting us and what we do. You guys are the best.
And that's one of the things I love about Deviate the Plan is they are very creative. Like they're constantly trying to think of new ways to promote, or constantly trying to think of new ways to support and help. And I mean, whether it's successful or not,
eventually we'll find something that works.
They're not good at it, but they're trying like hell.
A new jazz album that's coming out next year is going to be great.
That's how DTP TV kind of spawned, is because we really wanted to figure out a way to get people together. But outside of like the typical like, hey, like you come to my show, I'll come to yours. Because even when you go to shows, like don't get me wrong, it's awesome to go to a show and see somebody else play music. But it's like it's very hard to have like a genuine interaction there because there's so much noise going on. Like you're probably gonna get maybe 5 to 10 minutes of like actual FaceTime with somebody that you showed up to see, because they're gonna be making the circles. They're gonna be talking to everybody else that wants to go find them, except for Stan. So that we thought this was a great idea to get people together so that we could get to know you guys more, and then people out here can get to know you as well. So
I dig what y'all are doing.
So far it's been interesting. Oh, Brian Bertolet. What's up, man? He's from Lurch's Lair. Lurch's Lair. If you ever get a chance to check out Lurch's Lair, they're cool.
Yeah. He plays independent artists.
He does independent internet radio. So if you get a chance to link up with him, get on that. If you want, I can probably shoot over your music to him if that's cool with you guys. I can do that. Right. What do you think, Lurch? Let us know what you think about that.
Lurch's Lair is this little internet radio show.
That's awesome.
He's getting there.
He's out of Pennsylvania.
I think he
He's
played
out of
us
PA.
like on his first show or something about a year and a half ago.
And I think he found us too.
Yeah, he found us. Like,
I'm
playing your band tonight. We're like, who the hell are you?
Who are you, man? Where are you from?
And he played us like every week for like 10 weeks, and he plays like 15, 20 songs. And good guy though, very good guy.
That's awesome.
So
good job,
Brian. We're gonna play a game here in a second, but before we do that, we're gonna jump to some comments, see what people are saying. Maybe give the band a chance to respond. So I think we had. Does anybody know Ann Vieira? Ann Vieira, what's up? Ann says, "Come to New England."
I would love to.
As soon as we can possibly feasibly make it happen, we'll be there.
Cool,
actually, we just played with a band from Maine Sunday at the Blue Note, so we got to hook up there. Cool. We're working on it.
And you can buy their CDs for like $1,500.
He's by 2 CDs. Maybe on the way.
Stephen Gerard or Gerard?
Gerard.
Gerard. It says Foo Fighters are great and Dave is a legend. We know that. Yep, we discussed. What he did about Sound City was cool too. I don't know what that means. Sound City.
Sound City documentary thing. You didn't see that?
Oh, was that what the documentary was
Dave
called?
Grohl.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
Sound
did
City.
see that. That was a
Yeah,
good documentary.
yeah,
Then
it
you
was
guys see that? The Dave
I'm out of the loop.
Grohl
Nope.
doc?
I haven't
Check
seen
it out
Yeah,
if you got the Netflix
Sound City
thing.
was like his old recording studio back in like the, I guess, 60s, 70s, 80s. And Dave Grohl like went and like bought the stuff and like put it in his own house and recorded his album with all these.
I think I've
I heard he
about
still
it.
records analog too.
Yeah,
from
it's
what
all
I
analog
understand.
stuff.
Cool.
And
Hell yeah.
The place
I'd love
went
to
out of
record
business
analog.
because everything went digital and they just didn't. You know,
Larry Smith says,
Cool.
"Where's my lighter when I need it?" Okay, he said that during the song, so
Where's
double
his what?
okay.
His
His
lighter.
lighter.
Coming Home has lighters.
Coming home has lighters.
That's
Larry
our
Smith.
merch. So come out
I
to
thought
the
you
show.
smoked
Get a
crack
Coming
with a
Home
torch.
Do y'all ship to Canada? Because that's where Larry
Yeah,
Smith
he's in
is.
Canada. He's
Larry
like
Smith is a
Worldwide.
Canadian. He's a
We've shipped
Canuck.
to Australia before actually. So.
He so Larry Smith is one of those guys. I say this every show because he's an awesome dude. He's one of those like super fans
Hell yeah.
that like he'll share the shit out of your stuff and he'll always comment, always like, and he'll pump the crap out of it. And the funny thing is we never met the guy. He's from Canada.
Yeah.
He found
That's
us.
beautiful.
He found us.
Thank
And
you, Larry. That's
here we
awesome,
are.
man.
So he's
Dude,
a
he
cool
is
cat.
loyal and supportive as hell.
Yeah,
Badass.
he's a
Yeah.
man, dude.
Everything we put out there, he's on it and sharing it or liking it.
We
or
love you, Larry.
commenting it.
Larry's a
Yeah,
man.
dude.
He's
Someday we'll
probably
meet
watching
Larry.
right now. He's
We
like
need more
literally
Larrys.
the only one. So Nikki Sanford says that your song Borderlands was one of her favorites. That's really cool. Peter Fawcett, Sneaky Pete, says thumbs up. Nikki Sanford says she's gonna be singing the song all night.
Oh, thanks, Nick.
Leo Chuck Wise says nice work. Stan says I absolutely love Coming Home. Coming Home.
Stan's an idiot.
I thought what was it called? I thought it was called Coming
Who
Home
is
the
that
band.
guy?
Huh?
Who is that guy?
Stan is literally in the room and he can't get the band name right.
Yeah,
I want to meet
Um,
this kid.
So Rogan has a lot of support in the chat, by the way. Robin Finch, no, Roke Fooch.
Rock Fouch.
Rock.
That's my dad.
That's her maiden name.
Sorry, Pops Rokefooch.
Don't worry, he's used to
Sorry,
it.
Mr. Fooch.
Yeah. Okay, hey
We'll
Rogan.
fix this in editing, don't worry.
Rope,
Yeah.
paper, scissors.
And Brian from Lurch's Lair says sounds good. So I'll shoot some music from you guys over to him so he can get you all
Appreciate
played.
it. Thank you.
Thank you. Hell yeah.
Cool. So let's go ahead and play a game. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring a favorite back here. It's Rock'em Sock'em Robots. So I think it's somewhere in the scene here. If we can.
It's here, there it is.
It's
Just
over
gotta
there.
move
There
my
it is.
head.
So what we're gonna do is I guess we're gonna do the home team versus the visitors. So we'll do.
Coming home team.
Stan's gonna be sitting in for Chris because Chris is not here. So Stan will be on team DTP, and then from team Coming Home the Band we've got Tony, Amberly, and we'll why don't we get Rogan in on the action, huh? We'll do some rock and
Do
sock
that?
'em. So
Sounds like fun.
we're gonna do best
hoping
2 out
you'd
of
ask.
3. Well, best 2 out of 3 based upon match point. So we'll do 2. It'll be 3 rounds each go.
Okay.
And then whoever wins the round gets a point for their side. Best 2 out of 3 points wins.
All right.
I got
I've never
Such
done rock
a
and sock.
rule Nazi.
But it's
on
all
this
up
game.
here.
It's been a long
That's
time.
cool.
It's all here. But did I not explain that flawlessly?
I
Come
get
on.
it.
You did good.
Come on. All right, let's do it.
I am
All right,
clear.
how are we gonna do this?
Somebody needs to sacrifice a
I
stool.
got a stool right behind
We've
me.
got a,
I got a stool
we got a spare stool.
I got one right behind
I
me.
mean, I have school. I don't think you
Oh my
want.
god, dude, that
Yeah, we're gonna pass on yours.
spiked the mic so hard.
I got it right here.
All right, we got a stool. I need to get myself out of the way
My
here.
stool's better.
Um.
All right, you gonna sit over here? Yeah.
All right, I'll slide this
mic
way.
Nice
I
choice.
guess.
There you go.
I'll try to slide out of the way and then keep my mic towards me so everybody can hear my play-by-play. Who's going first?
Push the buttons on
I
the
don't
little
know.
thing or do, and it does
So let's do so team
Well said,
DTP
yes.
versus.
the thing. I've never done it.
Which side's the one that always wins, Carson? So we can put it on our side.
All right, Jake, you go first.
I go first.
You go first.
You play Rogan.
Let's bring.
All
No,
right.
you're going against Rogan.
Yes.
All right.
Step up. Let's see.
Where are we at?
So let's bring. Why don't we bring? We'll bring Jake versus. I
All
guess
right,
we
you
can do
can
Amberly.
sit.
Let's
Okay.
go
All
Amberly
right, you
versus
sit
Jake.
there.
All right.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots round 1. Drummer Jake
I'm
in
sorry,
the
I'm trying not
DTP corner
All right.
versus Amberly in the Coming Home
All right,
the
so the thing
band.
kind of moves around, and then
so-
you punch with the.
Oh, you can move.
Do a quick
Yeah.
practice
I didn't know you
round
could move.
Yeah,
here.
you can move around.
All right, and remember, best 2 out of 3
All right, give me a
brings the
countdown.
point. All right,
2 out of 3. Right?
all right. 1, 2, 3, fight.
Oh, what was that? I
That
don't
goes. I think that I can call Red Pops first.
Red Pop first?
I think so.
I think you're right.
Sounds like house rules to me.
All right, all right,
Count it
all
off.
right. 3, 2, 1, fight.
I think you knocked your own head off.
Damn it.
Okay. All right.
Tony told her that.
You're out.
Match point
He's like, I don't
goes
want
to
to have to beat you, do
DTP.
it
All right, so
yourself.
that's one. All right, who's next?
All right, I'm going next. I'm gonna take my monitor off here. Go ahead and.
Let's be fair. You switch this around.
If you can, try to direct
I
as
don't know
much into
who's
the
who.
mic so we can be heard.
For who?
Well, somebody needs to talk that direction. All right.
Oh, I gotta sit there.
Hey, how you doing?
You're called play-by-play.
Oh, I got a mic on my thing.
All right.
I'll sit here.
Somebody count it out.
Where we at? All right.
1. Oh.
I got a mic on. I'm all right.
Ready?
All right.
1, 2, 3, go!
I knocked myself out.
No, that happened. The
This
red
one's
one's
flawed.
not good. Yeah, no.
I got it. I
1,
got a
2,
strategy
3,
here.
fight. Oh, that was red again, I think. What do you guys think?
I didn't even.
I
I
mean-
blacked out in the heat
I
of the
think
moment.
man,
What's it called?
Red. It was red.
It's
I'm on.
red?
Yeah.
I'm on your team, right?
All right. Good
No.
round.
Yeah,
match
man.
point
That's
goes
1-1.
to
All
the man.
right, now you got Stan.
Don't cross wires.
Rogan.
Stan versus Rogan.
Which
All
side
right.
you want?
Oh, hell. You don't want none of this.
You want red or blue?
I want red.
You want red.
All right, there you
here
go.
we go. Stan's good.
You want your
Stan,
seat
you be a
back?
little kid, man.
I don't give a
See
damn.
It's all good. It's all good.
Let me get out of the way.
All right. This is the points are tied. Match point goes to the winner of these 2 rounds or these 3 rounds.
All right, here we
Here
go.
Come
we
on,
go.
Rogan, get him.
All right, ready for it?
You got Stan.
I ain't afraid of no kids. She's 37.
She's Stan versus a 37-year-old. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and say fight.
Well, what the hell? What does the 1 imply? Oh, gut shot.
Red's out.
God.
I'm just playing.
Red's
Good job.
down,
One,
red's
that's
down.
one.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Round
Ready?
2.
3,
Go.
2, 1. Fight.
Well, you can't just keep the 1 arm up. That's
Yeah. You're doing good. Come on. Push in. Get it. Knock his head off. Come on. Do it.
Oh, got him.
Oh,
Blue's out.
oh
right down
hell
to
no.
it.
Oh my God.
Right down to
all
it.
right,
Okay.
so this is literally
That was a lucky shot.
This is the
This
head
is
to
the
head.
winning. This is the
This is
winning
the
match.
I'm
winning-
gonna beat her, right? I don't give a damn.
1-1.
This is the winning
yeah,
point
don't go.
right
This
here.
This is the
So,
winning
you ready?
match.
Introductions here. Stan's going for Team DTP.
Stand.
Rogan is going for Team Coming Home the
Team
Band.
That's right.
This is it.
Final
Winner take
one
all.
there.
Winner take all. Go.
3, 2, 1. Fight.
What?
Red's out.
Sit down.
DTP stays
I'm just playing. I love you.
undefeated.
Oh my gosh. All right. Oh my God. All right.
That's
Stan,
3 games for us, Carson.
Good game.
Stan won
Good game.
and brought home the point for DTP.
That's undefeated. We're 3 games now in.
All right. Here we go. So we won.
You're not mad at me, are you? Are we still
Stand-
friends?
Are we still friends? Everybody's still cool, right? All right. High five.
Okay, woo!
High fives around.
I was nervous for a second.
Good round.
Let's
Good
sit in the
round. Good
stool.
go. Good
I'm
go.
sorry. Do I
All
need
right.
to
Cool.
go seat back?
Stan, I
Are
don't
you
like
cool
you.
there?
High five.
Who
the hell like
Thank you. All right.
We're
Cool.
done with the-
Yeah, we're done. Yeah, I guess here though.
Oh, Brian Scott from Cruel Curses is in the house. What's
What's up,
up,
Brian?
Brian Scott?
Oh, the drummer?
He's a drummer.
Every time I hear his name, I think AC/DC
Bon Scott.
because of
Yeah,
Bon Scott,
yeah,
but
yeah.
Brian Johnson. So it's like the two combined,
There we go.
but in a
Mash
drummer's
up.
body. That doesn't look anything like either of them.
Doesn't really make any sense.
Yeah, Brian's like a Viking.
Does anything that I ever say make any sense?
Usually no.
Is he the bassist? Then no one gives a shit. No.
That's a radical departure from what you're normally into, Stan. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go play another song. We're gonna play another song from Coming Home the Band, and then when we get live, when we come back live, they're going to be doing a
Live. Really live. Live on live.
Live.
double live
Sounds like a hate
action.
crime.
Double live.
Double live action. So when we come back live after this song, they're going to be performing an acoustic set. First time DTPtv has had an acoustic performance here in the studio. So that should be pretty cool.
Hopefully
Pretty
it
rad.
goes well and the sound is okay.
Before we cut to this break, just a quick reminder, if you are catching us live here, don't forget you can follow us on our page. If you're looking at us through our page, you're probably already there. Hit the follow button or hit the like button on Facebook. Find us on Instagram and YouTube. We're there. If you are catching the replay and you're hearing us on the IRN network, then come find us. You can also... What are you doing, Stanley? Stan, go away. IRN Radio Network, we are there. That is the Internet Radio Network. Find us on all of our channels. And
what plays at like 10 o'clock on Thursdays?
Who's that?
Whatever the show is.
Oh, an IRN broadcast? It's at 9 o'clock p.m. every Thursday night.
9 o'clock
Eastern Standard
p.m.
Time.
every Thursday night.
Right after Open Mic
DTPtv
Live.
Replay after Open
right
Mic
after
Live.
right after
Wow.
Right,
We're in
thanks
good
for
company there.
noticing.
I thought you guys. Oh yeah, this guy's got a show too. I guess.
Fuck that show. My
One
show
of us.
sucks.
Something about it.
One of
9
us knows what
p.m.
we're doing.
99%
All right,
of what
guys.
the show is came from.
Okay, so
Stop interrupting Carson. He's trying to do
oh
something.
my god! All right, so plugs are supposed to be concise, so people don't derail. So all right, find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, blah blah blah, whatever. And if you are listening to us on the IRN Radio Network replay, then come find us. That is where we are every Thursday, 9 p.m. after Open Mic Live. We're gonna cut to a song from Coming Home the Band, and then we'll come right back with a acoustic in-studio performance from them. This one is called Changes Time. We'll be back soon.
There's
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is DTPtv coming back here live. So you all have heard the songs from Coming Home, the band that we played during the breaks. You've caught a little bit of our interview and our game action going on with these guys. So now they're going to bring something to you unique that we haven't done before on DTPtv, and that is a live in-studio acoustic performance. So in a second here, we're going to go ahead and flip the camera over to these guys and put them center stage, and they will be performing live here in just a sec.
It's about you. It wasn't about me. It's about all those times you had your stranglehold around me and tried kindness, and you just couldn't see. I was only trying to take care of me. I am who I made myself to be. You were here and you chose not to see. I'm exactly who I wanna be in this moment. Stop terrorizing me. Let you down, wasn't capable to speak. All of the way you abuse me. Now it's time, and I'm strong enough to define the way in which I relate and emotion intertwine. You have been an anchor around my neck that they can't know when I thought I wasn't safe. Now I see you don't give a shit about me. It's time to say goodbye. We had to cut it short because he broke a string. That's what Tony does.
Hey, Rogie, there's an extra set of strings in my guitar case in the pocket. Can you get me one, babe? Yeah, it won't take me. I do this all the time.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
Bass strings are impossible to break. I've never broken one before. So, yeah, my mic's back on. So we had a string breakage here. That's actually a first for DTPtv as well. So we'll go ahead and we'll let Tony restring here real quick. That was pretty good. I heard the sound was pretty good out there on the performance as well. Nick says Tony, you're cursed, brother. Peter Fawcett says sound is on point. Larry Smith says we didn't tell you in advance that a string was gonna break. Yep, sorry guys. Brian Burlett says clappy hand emoticon thing. Okay. Hey, what's up, Lurch? What was that song called?
It's about you.
It's about you. So that song is called "It's About You." It's very cool.
What's the song called?
I think the room.
That's my joke. God damn.
The room went silent and nobody laughed at your joke. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like I have to drink more beer.
Hey, nobody has their lav mics on either. This is really
no. It's only people that can talk are us.
I beg to differ. So how's that string coming?
We can only fill so much time here. Why don't you put the camera on us so we can see what we're doing here?
Oh, yeah. sorry, I'm like.
Why don't you get a shot of all the beer you spilt on the counter?
I didn't spill it though.
Nah, it overflowed. That's a spill. That's a spill.
Wasn't even oh my gosh.
That's where it goes. That's where the beer got spilled.
Pointed at me that way for.
What? What's going on?
I want one of those shirts.
Why don't we take this chance to plug the Open Mic Live show?
We really should. Yeah.
Open Mic Live, Thursdays at 7. Who's coming on?
Who do you guys got coming on tomorrow?
Tomorrow is.
It's a rerun? Is it a rerun?
Oh, yeah, the best of Kevin Holly.
Sorry, rerun.
You can replay us.
The best of the Kevin Holly show. What is that like? Nothing?
Comedians JJ Curry and Elijah Gonzalez will be on tomorrow.
Sweet.
They're comedians?
They really can't hear you. So, JJ Curry
Mm-hmm.
and Elijah Wallace.
Close enough.
All right.
No one's gonna watch
Gonzalez, Wallace, Gonzalez. Hey, whatever.
Brian says every time Tony breaks a string, then we have to take a shot.
Every time Tony breaks a string, an angel
Does that
gets his
happen
wings.
All the time.
Oh, I don't want to hang out with you. All right, so Tony is strung back up here, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna resume the live performance. So.
that grows I might fall down I might fall down the ground I don't know when it came to be. This numbing void is holding me. Make it rain, make it pour. I need more. Numbness awakens. Distance in place. And I can't hear myself. I can't hear myself anymore. How can I be me where my eyes were rain? How can I be me where my eyes were rain? Numbness to it all. Distance that grows. I might fall down. I might fall down. I might fall down. I might fall down to the ground. He broke another string.
That was a soft song, man. Like, I thought I had that one in the bag.
I have more broken string action here, so I think we're running out of things to talk about. What was that? So that one was called what?
Numbness Awakens.
Numbness Awakens, and that song was about, like, how would you describe the meaning of that song to you? Numbness Awakens. I remember, guys, I'm grasping for straws here, so if you don't know, make it up.
No, anyway, I got it. It's totally about when you feel really big and you start suppressing it because you can't handle it, and it's this wall that builds up inside yourself. Like the real you feels things, right? It's kind of part of our navigation system, and when you start discarding that and not paying attention to that because it's hard and it hurts and it sucks, you kind of disconnect from yourself. You don't get to be truly you, you're just like this robot version. And so like, that song is really weird for me because it's about this lack of emotion, but it was written the day after, like, the dam broke one day, after I'd been stuffing for a long time. And like, I don't know. It means something to me because I still go back there. I still block my emotions off, and I'm like, I can't handle that now, I'll deal with it later, and then next thing I know, I'm like, rah! Shit.
If y'all want to come see me break strings live, November 2nd, we'll be with Cruel Curses and viewers like you at Cage Brewing. November 2nd, I don't know, 7 o'clock, something like that. And if you haven't had their beer, that's reason enough to just go do it.
Where's Cage located?
St. Pete.
Yeah, St. Petersburg. I can't tell you the exact address, but their peanut butter chocolate porter is like, it's good.
Cage Brewing. Have you heard of them? What? Yeah. I'd have to check it out. I mean, you had me at the word brewing.
Yeah, right.
It's cool too. They got like they put in a decent stage outside, and the dude got like a little bit of lights.
Yeah.
But they have like paintings on the wall that I really like.
Are they more of like an acoustic vibe type place, or do they host full bands?
Full bands. The
Really?
first time we played there, we played with Crow Curses and Beer Wolf.
So they host like hard rock.
Yeah.
And how long have they been a venue?
I'm not sure.
That's a good question.
I feel like it's newish.
I feel like I haven't heard of it before. I mean, it's not. I think I might have heard of them as a brewery, but I don't think I've heard of like bands playing there. At least not like full bands with like drums
It's
and
an
everything.
awesome place, man. And the beer's really good. They got like a dog park. I mean, it's kid friendly.
What?
Like, you can bring everybody. It's awesome.
Kenny Brown says Kenny and Leslie from Midnight Blue say hello.
Oh, what's up, Kenny?
So, I think they are really stoked at having played with you guys at the Blue Note.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool. So good stuff. So you guys are all ready. I think we're tuned back up. So I'll go ahead and I'll shut up and I'll let you guys continue the jam. He's got.
Put out the really good.
He's ready.
Four strings, okay?
He came prepared. I think. Yeah, just don't use that. Yeah, just don't use those ones. All right. All right. I think we're back.
All right. This is Loud Claps of Thunder.
Say the truth, I've been hiding part of my soul, I've been abiding. Tell you the truth, I've been finding it's cold and dark in this cage I've been living. When I come out from under, I hear loud blasts of thunder. When I come out from under, I hear loud blasts of thunder, and I stand, oh, I stand inside. Tell the truth, I've been trying, little too hard to figure it out, but the lines become more clear as I walk ever more near. When I come out from under, I hear loud blasts of thunder. When I come out from under, I hear loud blasts of thunder, and I stand, oh, I stand inside. It's scary to share when the answers aren't clear. It's scary to say all the words tucked away. I just have to know. I have to know. I have to know. I have to know. So I'm coming out underneath. When I come out from under, I hear loud blasts of thunder. When I come out from
Johnny, he's from Orangeburg,
Yeah.
South Carolina. What's up, Johnny?
Hey, Johnny.
What's up, Kenny? All right, this one we're gonna do is quietly.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, we'll do that. Too afraid to mark the paper, too afraid to sing the air. Heaven doubts coming in from over there. Just for one moment, could you pretend to care? Why does it have to be this way? Why can't they see I'm fragile, but I'm too strong to sling away quietly, quietly. Broken by words and glances, stand by those who cannot see. Strong enough to carry on, just mentally weak. Why does it have to be this way? Why can't they see I'm fragile, but I'm too strong to sling away quietly, quietly. Let the quiet burning pain test my resistance. Fortitude is on the brink. Your suck makes me weak. Why does it have to be this way? Why can't they see I'm fragile, but I'm too strong to sling away quietly, quietly. Too afraid to mark the paper, too afraid to stand the air. Your condescension breeds it all, the doubt that I fear. Why does it have to be this way? Why can't they see I'm fragile?
All right, very good. That was Coming Home the Band here live in studio on DTPtv. Tony made it through that last one without breaking a string. What do we think about that? That's good stuff. Hell yeah. All right, let's give it up for these guys. Woo! Big ovations, as loud as you can make it. Yeah! Coming Home the Band! Stan, shut up. Don't boo, jerk.
Thank you for having us and letting us do this.
You're fired. Yeah, come on in. Let's get a group shot. We're going to do our big ending here like we always do. Come on, get close, get snuggly. We probably stink, but it's okay. So that was Coming Home the Band here live on DTPtv. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. If you're in the chat, say hey, say goodbye, say thanks, say whatever you want to say. Stan's looking at his cool pose here. So next time, they do not make you cool. So that was Coming Home the Band. Everybody, one more time for them. Hell yeah! Don't forget that if you're catching the replay of DTPtv on IRN Network, just give us a find and a follow on YouTube, not Spotify. We're not music. We're Facebook, Instagram, whatever, YouTube, blah blah blah. Find us, follow us, like us. We got some great bands coming in next time. We got Otherworld. Anybody know Otherworld? I know Stan likes them. Tony likes them. So, cool. That was Coming Home the Band. Such a great performance. Thanks so much, guys, for kicking it with us. And we're going to hang out for a little while, but DTP is here, and we're signing off. So thanks so much, everybody, one more time. Shut up, Stan. No, nobody wants to see you. Everybody, good night, goodbye, and we'll catch you next time. All right. Woo!